Next, we have Dr. Basu to present his expertise on digital transformations of NGOs. Dr. Basu, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see that.
Okay. I'll quickly share my thoughts. And before I share the thoughts, let me also tell you that blockchain is a very long process to explain to anybody, but I'll just share my proposition. I'll be using quite a bit of graphics in my presentation, which are not made by me, except the schematic plan for the blockchain. So I owe my liability to those people, but this is not for any commercial objective. At the outset of digital transformation thinking, let us talk about 12 critical success factors for NGOs, which are essential for us to appreciate and understand before we go for digital transformation. The first starts with vision, mission, values, and project execution strategies. This must be clearly defined with a project and result-oriented approach. Next should be that any strategy NGOs formulate, those should be data-driven, and these data must be timely, relevant, and purposeful. Those data should be processed in such a manner that one can draw insights from those data for formulation of strategies. Adaptive program design that can pivot and or scale according to the changing needs of society and the given geopolitical and socio-economic environment with the continued relevance and effectiveness. It does mean that the program should be serving the changing needs of society. Those must be relevant and effective in the given geopolitical and socio-economic environment. The operating policies and transactional system of the NGO must be trustworthy, transparent, and impact measurement oriented so that effective service delivery can be ensured. There should be strong alliance, collaboration, and engagement with donors, communities, grant providers, and service delivery partners, as also common people and corporate volunteers. The flexible and resilient financial strategies that should be also very much there to respond to the quickly changing environment to ensure that fund is available at any point of time in the given socio-economic environment. Those were the 6 commandments of mine. Next is the balance 6 critical success factor on commandments. On a dynamic fundraising approach, and the fundraising approach for corporate donors, crowdfunding, grant providers, and online campaigners should be different for different group of people, and you should have a very good social media outreach. You should have a good system for displaying your projects, etc. You should have a risk-enabled approach for project execution and management system. There should be automated, digitally enabled compliance management system. This is very important for legal, regulatory, and the donors' terms and conditions. It should be such that you are always above board on all matters. Monitoring and evaluation systems should be such that at any point of time you can report your performance, assess the impacts of the service delivered to the society. There should be a robust communication system about your performance and about your compliance management, as well as the impact you have created through your services. And finally, there should be a sustainable cash management. All these 12 critical success factors may be in a very large degree of extent can be served through digital transformation. But the first mantra of digital transformation should be the well-being of society, people across the societal strata should be inclusion-oriented for diversity, equality, and inclusivity for all, for inclusive smile, inclusive happiness, and inclusive prosperity. There should be security and safety of whatever you do, whatever data you collect, and whatever operations you manage. There should be total privacy of data of the recipient of your services. An NGO should always be accountable in terms of their version of truth being only one. There cannot be two versions of truth. And what is trusted for the NGO should be the truth. And what is truth should be trusted for the NGOs. The objective is to maximization of service delivery and minimization of cost of services. I repeat, maximization of service delivery and minimization of cost of services. The OECD is of the view that being able to measure people's quality of life is fundamental when assessing the progress of society with digital transformation. So digital transformation must ensure that there is a people's quality of life improvement, and that can be assessed. Okay. So with this understanding, let me not explain this slide in great detail. We want to say that there are only 4 steps of digital transformation. First is the innovation. Next is digitization of your record keeping and record receiving from various sources. Next is digitalization of your systems and processes for working. And in that digitalization process, you should be able to reduce the human intervention of your routine mundane work. And finally, there should be digital transformation. Digital transformation is not any cosmetic project. It is not a cosmetic project. It's a journey, and it's not a destination-oriented project because it must continue. NGOs to convert digital refugees to digital migrants. That is one of the most important requirements, because if you have to deliver services through the smartphone, in many cases, then you should be also having project for converting people to smartphone user. Okay, so these are some of the most important use, and in that process, you should be able to create digital transformation of the NGO. And digital transformation only happens only and only if after digitalization, you are in a position to give new services. Like suppose you conduct the training of people, or you do education programs through distance education systems, etc., etc. So digitalization of systems and processes must enable you to give newer services, new benefits to people through your systems and processes. So in the process of any digital transformation, there will be a delivery through internet, and there will be an internet of people, there will be internet of ideas, there will be internet of data, and there will be internet of things. Like phone is your internet of thing, that is the device. And finally, you do not know how the people, that means your beneficiary group, how your other stakeholders will behave, how your data will behave over the period, and how the Internet of Things will behave. So you should have a fair amount of idea about Internet of People, Internet of Ideas, Internet of Data, and Internet of Things, and finally, Internet of Behavior. So what are the cornerstones of digital transformation success? Trust, risk-enabled systems management, shared value, transparency, sustainability, accountability, value experience, ease of application, and regulation compliance. These are the 9 very important factors one should be able to achieve before it goes for digital transformation. Or digital transformation projects must ensure trust, risk enablement, shared value services, transparency, sustainability, accountability, value experience, ease of application, and regulation compliance. Now here I have done a schematic drawing of the digital transformation projects which I am trying to explain and appreciate. And here the entire blockchain, my platform is the blockchain platform. The entire platform will be governed and run by and driven by embedded smart contract, which is on your left-hand side of the screen, where the terms and conditions of all donations, all rules and regulations, all systems and processes of the SOPs of the NGO will be digitally embedded in this blockchain system. Who are the stakeholders who will be connected through this blockchain system? the corporate donors on the top line, crowdfunding people in general from the society, government agencies, multilateral agencies, corporate volunteers, general volunteers who come to serve you without any remuneration. Then the community service units, there can be hospitals, there can be schools, colleges who will be giving you opportunities to serve through their properties. There could be professional volunteers like doctors, there could be accessory suppliers, I'm talking about the bottom line, accessory suppliers who are giving you equipment, there could be provision suppliers. Suppose you are running a food project or you are giving your people midday meal for people who have come to your work, there will be provision vendors, and finally you have a social auditor. Now this blockchain platform gives you all the relevant issues which you want to tackle or you should be tackling as an NGO. It will give you total facility for becoming completely safe, transparent, trustworthy, data generation ability, and also become completely data oriented, because on the right hand side top corner you have another facility which is embedded with the blockchain transactional platform, which is as a metaverse facility, which should be able to display what project you want to do, and you have analytics facility here, that is artificial intelligence tools will be there, and here data can be processed, visualized for your reporting system. So this is what I have presented this in this kind of schematic frameworks for blockchain in many international and national fora. So I think NGOs can adopt this, and I can help NGOs in more ways by explaining the process. The next thing which I have ideated, and a paper has been written on this, is suppose the NGO wants to create capital expenditure for livelihood projects like livelihood centers, workshop for artisans, old age home, school and health centers, agricultural equipment, animal husbandry, digital tech support center, etc., etc. Suppose NGOs want to get into this kind of capital intensive project. To have the project done by one person or by the NGO itself is very expensive. Instead, the NGO can mobilize community people, say 1,000, 2,000 people, to become fragmented owners of these capital assets. And these fragmented owners can be given non-fungible tokens, which is a unit, a fractional unit for fragmented holding of the asset. So what is not possible for one person and one NGO, even a federation of NGOs can form these assets through digital transformation. And again, these non-fungible tokens will be transacted through buy and sell of the tokens would be possible for change of ownership through blockchain platform. So fragmented ownership or crowdfunding of capital asset creation can be done for the NGOs even through blockchain. Blockchain is helping you to generate such good facilities in terms of your own operation as well as capital asset creation. It's an expensive process, but it need not be spent, or the money should not be spent by the NGO. There are many startups who provides blockchain as a technology, as a service. That means they provide blockchain technology service with a token money. You should go to these people who provides these services. You should give your systems and processes, your rules, regulations, your donors, terms and conditions, etc. And they will design the blockchain for you, and without any intervention of any people. The smart contract will run the process, and there will be total clarity, total transparency. I'll take 1 more minute, Davida. I'm almost done. So what is needed is sensitization of both the beneficiaries and the donor community, that in today's world, if you have to handle a voluminous project, if you have to be totally transparent, compliant, and if you have to have total commitment, regular and timely openness of MIS, etc., etc., blockchain and application of artificial intelligence as a part of the blockchain is very, very important. Thank you so much. And I'll be happy to help any other organization who would like to adopt blockchain as a technological transactional platform.